Three, two, one. Welcome, folks, to the Big Al Fitty channel. Coach Big Al Fitty. That's where I help you guys find excellence in everything you do in life. Uh, Today, we're going to talk about how I was laid off and how, with a family of five, and how I was able to survive and thrive in Los Angeles. Years ago, back in 1985, I was working this great job at Carrier Air Conditioning in the engineering department, where I was a sound and vibration technician as well as a AC reverse engineering tech. And one day in March of 1985, they laid off thousands of us to eventually close the factory and leave Syracuse. That was the home factory. Thousands of employees. They said that that was like over 11,000 employees were affected. When they lay us off like that, what happens is it's called a domino effect, which means that when people like me or like yourselves, if you've been laid off, you know that you can't buy furniture, you can't buy a car, you can't buy food, you're without work. And in that time, when they laid off a bunch of us in one day, you couldn't get a job delivering pizzas in that town. Okay, so I went home totally devastated. I got a family of five. What am I going to do? And sat around, drank a bunch of beer, on the front steps, trying to think what I'm going to do with this. And in this point in time, I was in the midst of going through a divorce proceedings with my wife. And we got three little kids here, right? So I go and talk to my attorney, Louis, and I said, Louis, man, I just lost my job, man. What am I going to do? He goes, well, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go back to your wife and apologize to her and see if she'll take you back, because you're not even going to get to sleep in the car, because she's going to get the car. You get it? You can't. Now you have no job, and you sure cannot do a second household. Have two households and try to support that. You're going to double your expenses by getting divorced. There's no way you're going to do it. So you're going to, first of all, go back to her and say you're sorry. So that's what I did. After I thought about it, I go, yeah, man, I'm totally broke. I don't have anything. So went back, did that. And then I went down to the library, our local library, and this is in upstate New York. We just came off a wicked winter like they're having right now. And went into the library, and in the media room, they would have newspapers from all across the United States, like Dallas, Miami, L.A., San Francisco, Seattle, you name it, Chicago. And they would get the Sunday papers, and in there are the job listings. After I looked through all the cities, I came to the one who had the most job listings, and that was the L.A. newspaper. And at that time, they had over 85 pages of jobs listed in the newspaper. And this was before the internet or Craigslist, where they post jobs, So this was back in the day when the newspaper had all your media information. So I looked in there, and I found jobs that I could do. And I told my wife I was, going to see if I can get a job out there, because there was nothing in upstate New York that was available, with all these people getting laid off. And Kodak was doing the same thing, and Xerox was doing the same thing in Rochester, Buffalo. They were losing. They had car manufacturer. They were getting laid off. It was horrendous. So we had a cousin that was out in L.A. who'd been living out there, and I asked him if I could come out for a couple of weeks. He let me come out there, checked out the area. I was in Los Angeles, and I did some job interviews, and lo and behold, people were ready to hire me on the spot. So I went back, told the wife, we're going to pack it up. We're going to go. I'm going to go in there first, get a job. I left July 1st. I remember I was laid off in March. I took the money that Carrier gave us. Everybody got a week's full pay for every year you worked there. I was there 7 years, so I got 7 weeks at full pay, which is $400 a week I was getting. 3 weeks of vacation, plus unemployment. Now, when I filed for unemployment, the company was trying to stop us all from getting unemployment insurance because they said that they gave us severance pay and we should go through that first before we collect unemployment, because when you go on unemployment, the employer pays half of that and the other half comes out of a fund. So the employer was trying to get around like not paying us, but the state of New York said no, no. They ruled in our favor, the employees' favor, who are laid off. They can take unemployment because you gave them a permanent layoff, plus their severance, plus their vacation. So I had that amount of money. I cashed out my retirement. I think it was about 10 grand. And then also sold the house, which we had a house there. I think we sold it for like 40 grand or something like that. So we took that money uh, and I went out there, got a job. Like the first week I was there, I got a job making 2.5 times more than I was making at Carrier. I got a job making 1,000 a week doing appliance service. That's where I go into people's homes, fix their washer, dryer, or refrigerator. Because I was on a bonus factor. You went in, you had a salary, plus you got a bonus for how much work you could generate. And this is LA. I mean, there's like 15 million people in the city over here, and everybody has a washer, dryer, refrigerator, dishwasher, and so you got multiple items that need to be fixed all the time. So I knew how to do that because I had previously worked that job for Montgomery Ward's, and for 5 years before the Carrier job. And my dad had taught me how to do that. He was a Sears appliance guy, so he ran me through that whole on the job training. And lo and behold, I had to go back to that from the engineering job. So I went to LA, got that job. I was living in Holiday Inn in Glendale, which is just outside of Hollywood, with a buddy of mine. He came out with me, and we were renting just a hotel room for a month. Was at that time was $500 for the whole month. And the job I got, they gave me a truck to use right on the spot, all full of the appliance parts and tools. So I was, right out of the get-go, Within a couple months, I was doing really good with that. I was even working at comedy clubs because I was a comedian in upstate New York, trying to do that on the side. And that's another reason why I wanted to work there, because Los Angeles, has Hollywood and sitcoms. There's a big business over there. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get a sitcom or get some acting work. So I went there. First place I went to was the Comedy Store. I got up on stage and I opened for Gary Shandling, who was at that time doing the Tonight Show on and off. He came into the men's room, saw me in there washing my hands, said, "Hey kid, that was a pretty good set. You're a pretty funny guy." So I'm thinking, wow, I just got here, did a comedy set, and I got a job making 2.5 times more money. So a couple months later, went there in July. By the end of August, I brought the whole family out, moved them out. Cost me $10,000 to pack a moving truck, bring them out. We got an apartment. At the time, I was paying $700 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment, and incidentally, today in 2026, that apartment's about $4,500. Within 1 year, I was able to buy a brand new house and a track for $170,000, and like I had good credit. And we got into a new house within 1 year. My son was playing hockey. I ended up being a hockey coach because they had nobody coaching. I got into doing that. I was able to take all the time I was doing the hockey coaching. I was able to write off, because that's volunteer work. So you can write off your mileage, any expenses, your phone and whatever, and any other expenses off your taxes. So I was able to write that off, all the interest on my house, closing costs and such. You can write that off, the property taxes. So I was getting a refund on my taxes every year of like $5,000. So that was the way I was able to take care of everything. Plus, I was doing work in the comedy club, so I had those expenses to write off, and I was starting to make a few dollars doing that. And then I had some side jobs. So I was working like multiple jobs, and I was able to make some money on there. Once the kids all got into school, then my wife even picked up a job out there in a grocery store. And that was how we were able to thrive. That house, unfortunately, I sold that house in 2000. And that house I had in Upland, California, 2,000 square foot, brand new house. Today I just looked it up. It's worth like 1.1 million. And I sold it for 222 at the end of the recession in 2000. So that's how the real estate travels out here in Southern California. But the weather is great, and we moved to this big city. We travel back east to go visit friends and relatives all the time. But you know, it's been really good to us here. My son ended up with hockey, of all things. He ended up getting drafted by the Buffalo Sabres in 1997, and ended up having a career playing for the Ducks in Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He did 3 years with those guys, signed with those guys. So, and now all my kids all live in Southern California. They all have their own homes, very successful. My 2 daughters are school teachers. They're making good money, and they have their own homes. So it's been very good. If you've been laid off, my advice to you is to check out all the different areas that are out there, in the U.S. I'd stay in the U.S. I wouldn't try to go anyplace else. But in the U.S., there are cities that are hiring, and you may have to change jobs. You may have to change areas. So my wife had said to me, she goes, "Why do we have to move so far away?" And I said, "Well, we can move 3,000 miles away or 30 miles away from your friends and family. It's going to be the same thing. You'll visit them, a few times a year." So we made the move, and it worked out. And a lot of other people have done that. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and make the move. The weather out here is well worth the intense to do this. We get like over 300 sunny days a year. I'm in Palm Springs now. I've even moved to the sunniest place. It's up pushing like almost 350 days a year of sunshine here, and it's always warm. I like it. I'm retired now, and so this is Coach Big Al Fitty giving you some insights of the pluses and minuses of changing your job. Don't be afraid, folks, but get out there, make a plan, do your research, and don't be afraid to move. Alrighty? Comments in the section. Let me know what's going on, and we'll go from there. Alrighty? Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye now.